students, welcome back. So we were talking about the limitations of the Rutherford model of the atom. Find that he has not been able to explain the stability of the atom. So in order to overcome his limitations, Bohr has given the model Niels Bohr in 1913. Niels Bohr in 1913 has given the Bohr model especially for the hydrogen atom. Fine. So this model is applicable only for hydrogen and hydrogen-like species. Hydrogen-like species means which will contain only one single electron, like helium plus. Helium is having how many electrons? 2 electrons. So one is losing, so 1 electron. Then lithium 2 positive, 1 electron. So species containing single electron like hydrogen. Species contains single electron. So those species are known as hydrogen-like species. Okay, so this is applicable only for hydrogen and hydrogen-like species, and also it has explained the hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum. So that we'll see. That is the achievement of the Bohr model. So finally, this was the model that has been accepted till now. Also explain the hydrogen spectrum. Fine. So let's start with the postulates of the Bohr's. What are the postulates of the model? Postulates. So first postulate is that in hydrogen atom, electron is revolving around the nucleus in fixed circular path. Yes, in fixed circular path of fixed radius and energy. Okay, so the circular path of fixed radius is known as orbit, and energy is known as stationary state. Fine. Fixed energy is known as stationary state, and circular path of fixed radius is known as orbit. So this is about the first postulate, that in hydrogen atom, electron is revolving around the nucleus in fixed circular path of fixed radius and fixed energy, and circular path is known as orbit, and fixed energy is known as stationary state. Now let's move to the second one. The energy of the second is the energy of the electron. The energy of the electron does not change of its own with time. This is the second postulate, that energy of the electron does not change of its own with time. Fine. Then let's see the third one. Third is when required amount of energy is absorbed by the electron. When a required amount of energy is absorbed by the electron, so it absorbs the same in fixed bundles Bundles, packets of energy known as quanta. Okay, it absorbs the same in fixed bundles known as quanta and jumps to, by absorbing that energy, it jumps to higher energy state. That higher energy state is known as excited state of the electron. Excited state of the electron. Now in the excited state, the electron is not stable because in its normal state, that is a ground state only, wherever it is present, that is only stable. See, if we are sitting somewhere and suppose if someone says that just go and sit somewhere else, so that is not the possible state for us. That is the excited one. So that is not that much stable. Like in how you will get this point, like suppose in class, if students are sitting quietly, fine, so that is not there, you can say, that is their basically stable state. Okay, and when they like keep on shouting and all, they get excited and all, keep on talking, so that is the excited state. So that is not that much stable. Fine, so their ground state, that is in when they sit quietly, that is a stable one, and excited state is not that stable, so again they have to come back to their ground state. Fine, so whatever the amount of energy they have absorbed, same amount of energy they will emit and they will come back to their ground state, from excited state to the ground state. Fine, and then that energy difference will be, you can say, that is E2 minus E1. So you can say that E1 is the energy of the ground state and E2 is the energy of the excited state. Okay, so let's see that same amount of energy same amount, it's in continuation with the third postulate only, the same amount of energy is released when it comes back to its ground state. So mathematically, how can we write this? Delta E is the difference between the two energies, so this is E2 minus E1. E1 is the energy of the excited state, higher level, and this is the energy of lower level. So this is about the third postulate, that whatever the amount of energy is getting absorbed by the electron, same amount is getting released. Fine. The next we'll see the different energy levels or energy shells. Now here you can mention that energy state or stationary state. We are saying energy state. This is also known as energy levels. Energy level which are stationary. But electron is not stationary. Okay. Energy levels are stationary, but electron is not stationary, it keep on moving. Let's see the fourth one. That the different energy levels or energy states are designated as the different energy states or levels are designated as this, you know from 9th standard, designated as K, L, M, N and so on. Right? With the values 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So say this is the nucleus, this is the first shell, K is equal to 1, second shell, L is equal to 2, then third shell, M is equal to 3, then fourth shell, N is equal to 4. So this is the energy levels. Fine. Let's see the fourth postulate or fifth one. According to fifth one, this will tell you about that which energy orbits are allowed. Everyone is allowed, or is some particular energy state is allowed. So only those energy states or orbits, only those energy states, or you can say energy orbits, are permitted for the electron, in which the angular momentum of an electron is an integral whole multiple or you can say integral whole multiple of h by 2 pi. That is, it's quantized. So we'll understand the meaning of this now. What is quantized? So we can say that angular momentum is quantized. So let's see what is this quantization. Fine. So only those energy orbits are permitted for the electron which the angular momentum of an electron is an integral whole multiple of h by 2 pi. H, you know, it's a Planck constant. So let's discuss this. What is angular momentum here? You have studied in physics. Angular momentum, it's mvr is nh by 2 pi. This is the formula where you know m is mass of an electron, v is the tangential velocity of an electron, then r is the radius of the orbit in which it is moving, n is the integer, h, you know, it's a Planck constant. Fine, so it is integer 1, 2, 3 and so on. So let's substitute the values what we will get according to this formula. That if n is 1, can we say that it's h by 2 pi, angular momentum is h by 2 pi, n is 2, 2h by 2 pi, that is h by pi only, n is 3, 3h by 2 pi, n is 4, 4h by 2 pi, that is 2h by pi. So see, all these values, this means that the angular momentum of the electron is quantized. Okay, now quantization, it means it is not continuous, as we are saying that it is in the form of the bundles, that is known as quanta. So it is, you can say, that's why angular momentum, this is one bundle of angular momentum, second bundle, third bundle, fourth bundle. So it is in the bundles, it's not continuation, it's not in continuation, it is in discontinuation. So that's why this is known as quantization, the discontinuous part, discontinuation of the energy here. It is representing discontinuation of angular momentum here. Like how you can relate this? Like this, you can compare quantization with the, when we are like moving on the ladder, or this when we are going with the help of this staircase. So what we are doing, when we are like moving ahead one step, then the second step, we are leaving the space in between. Yes, then we are jumping, you can say, we jump to the next level, next stair, then third stair, we are leaving the space in between. So here also, it's like that, they are leaving the space in between, like we are saying energy is quantized, here angular momentum is quantized. So this is the meaning of this. That's why the hydrogen spectra, it looks like it's showing discontinuation, because there is leaving the space in between. This is a discontinuation. So you can say that according to the new theory, that is quantum theory, that this is a discontinuation process. Energy is moving discontinuously in the form of packets according to Planck theory. And this whole Bohr's model of an atom, he has explained on the basis of Planck's theory. This is the criteria of the Bohr. That's why the quantization is here in the form of packets. Now the last postulate is left is related to its energy. That energy is also quantized, like angular momentum is quantized, energy is also quantized. So the most important property, sixth is, the most important property of an electron is its energy in the stationary state, which is given by E is equal to RH, this is minus 1 by n square. This is the energy, where RH, you know, it's a Rydberg constant. Here it is Rydberg constant, we are writing RH. It's Rydberg constant for hydrogen. For hydrogen atom, its value is different. We'll calculate on the basis of Bohr's theory later on. Its value is 2.18 into 10 to the power minus 18 joules. This is the value of RH for hydrogen atom. N is the integer here, or you can say the level. Fine. So this is the integer, that is 1, 2, 3 and so on. So this is the energy for the stationary state. Fine. So these all are the postulates that we have seen that are applicable for hydrogen atom or hydrogen-like species. Then we have seen in hydrogen atom, first electron is moving around the nucleus, a fixed orbit, fine, or fixed energy known as stationary state, circular path is known as orbit. Then we have seen the energy, it's not changing of its own. Then whatever energy, amount of energy is getting absorbed by the electron from jumping, when electron is jumping from lower energy to the higher energy, same is getting released when it is coming back from the higher state. That difference we have seen, Delhi in the form of Delhi is E2 minus E1. Then we have seen the different energy levels that are designated as KLMN and shells in the form of energy shells. Then we have seen the angular momentum is quantized, and then the last we have seen the electron. Now you can say whatever the energy is getting emitted or whatever is getting absorbed is equal to, you can say this difference is fixed, is equal to what? That is delta E only. So you can say energy is quantized here. Energy is quantized, or known as quantization of energy. And we can, quantize means discontinuous. Here. That's why we can compare with the staircase. When we are moving the help of staircase, moving ahead from one step to the another, we are leaving the space in between. Similarly, electron is also leaving the space in between and moving to the higher energy level. It will be leaving in between the space. It means quantization of electron, quantization of energy of the electron, like angular momentum is also quantized. So this is all about the Bohr model for the hydrogen atom. Postulates are very, very important. Direct it will come. And then we'll move towards the next video. We'll talk about its achievements. Okay, so this is all about Bohr's model for hydrogen atom. I hope it's clear to everyone. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.